Security cameras caught what happened after King Harris actually showed up at 50 Cent's residence. The Harris family and 50 Cent were already at odds, and this unannounced visit just heightened the tension. This video shows us presenting the startling video that has the internet in a frenzy and capturing every second of the altercation. We must go back to where we came from in order to comprehend how King Harris got into a full-fledged conflict with one of the most infamous trolls. In hip-hop history, this began. And it began, of all places, on a podcast. T accused 50 Cent of abandoning a versus fight that they had both agreed to during a podcast interview. He asserted that he no longer respected the G-Unit boss as a result. The game on the platform was worth millions of dollars, and T explained everything in detail. This was not an impromptu call-out. According to T, he explained that they had discussed celebrating each other's catalogs, that he didn't just call 50 out of the blue, and that they were traveling around Los Angeles selling concerts together. T gave an explanation of the contract. According to him, they both approved of the matchup, and T was meant to make the public announcement. T claims that when he brought it up in public, 50 became perplexed. That's what made TUA that moment, he told the show. It was a question of character. Stuff was like, forget all of stuff. According to T.I., who now questioned 50's character by adding, just say you don't want to accomplish it. 50 Cent and T have a long history together. Back in 2006, while both rappers were at the height of their careers, the beat first started. Although it never really took off, there were indications of them not getting along. T was the self-declared king of the South, while 50 was the star of Gwinnett. The tension started to show up as competitive sneak disses. Therefore, this versus scenario wasn't a brand-fresh dispute. It was the most recent development in a rivalry that had been brewing for almost 20 years. However, the versus charge gave it fresh impetus. Additionally, 50 Cent, who is 50C, did not reply with words of reconciliation. Instead of using music as his usual response, 50C used trolling and mocking on social media. Throughout the month, his tweet kept the beef alive in feeds and headlines by gradually escalating the intensity. Now, things became personal at this point. There was still a lot of back and forth between the two artists. That was altered, though, when 50 decided to include Tiny Harris in the discussion. On Theon, February 22nd, 50 Cent shared an unfavorable picture of Tiny on Instagram, along with a scathing remark about T.I. The dispute completely evolved from being a rap rivalry to a family issue after that post. On February 22nd, 50 escalated by sharing a picture of All Right, Tiny with the caption, "I keep saying, keep my name out your mouth." T did not remain silent. T immediately responded in 50's comment area, and King also commented beneath the post by writing, "Where your mama?" Although it may have appeared insignificant at the moment, King Harris was going to take this entire incident into his own hands when 50 Cent uploaded a video of T testifying in relation to a friend's death, branded the Atlanta rapper King Rat, and then shared pictures that specifically targeted T's wife, Tiny Harris. The argument became more heated. Thus, now 50 Cent posted his wife online, called T a rat, and made it apparent that he had no intention of stopping. A 21-year-old who was determined to stop anyone from discussing his mother entered the scene. King is that to 1-year-old. Harris, and everyone has been talking about what he did next. King Harris made the decision that enough was enough. In a direct-to-camera selfie video, King Harris conversed with throughout. There was raw movements and obvious emotion, as well as wide-eyed, steadfast delivery while gazing into the camera. He also had a straightforward message. The rising rapper posted an aggressive, profanity-filled tirade on his Instagram stories on Sunday, February 22nd, following in the midst of his growing internet fight with T. The 50-year-old billionaire posted an insulting picture of Tiny. King was as explicit as he could be in his statement. To 50 Cent, ignore his mother or suffer the repercussions of starting a family. Introduced into the discussion, King made reference to Sabrina Jackson, the mother of 50 Cent. King frequently mentioned 50 Cent's mother, Sabrina Jackson, who died in 1983 when 50 Cent was only 8 years old. After urging the rapper from the candy store to share a picture of his late mother, he reiterated that Tiny should not be involved in the back and forth. King asked how 50 and the other trolls were brought up, before instructing him once more to find his mother and make his. King, however, didn't end with the video. In addition to the video, King Harris shared still photos to his Instagram stories, one of which was a picture of a headstone with the Jackson family name on it, and a statement that read, 50 Cent was the target of a direct taunt prior to the release of a number of Instagram stories. He would start an Instagram post with a picture of 50's late mother, Sabrina Jackson, and the controversy surrounding a tombstone bearing Jackson's name and Lifetime people. Had never witnessed something like this in a hip-hop feud before. Not in this manner. One of the most talked about moments of the week was the combination of the tirade and the somber pictures. Numerous people observed that it is uncommon for a departed parent's cemetery site to be spoken so openly and explicitly. The internet broke up. As soon as King Harris's video appeared on timelines, opinions diverged dramatically. Some viewers immediately defended King Harris, claiming that a guy will do whatever it takes to protect his mother, and that 50 Cent opened the door by posting Tiny. Critics retaliated equally forcefully, with many contending that bringing up and graphically addressing a parent who has passed away no matter what 50 posted, the cemetery site crosses a line that cannot be justified. A few of readers pointed out that it was specifically directed at 50 Cent. A particularly unstable pic was a man who has freely discussed the trauma of losing his mother when he was 8 years old. However, the jokes and memes ultimately dominated. In terms of interaction, the most popular responses had nothing to do with the argument. Jokes and memes focused on appearance had the highest level of interaction in nearly 10,000 people liked one comment, and others followed suit. And during all of this, what was T doing? T used a very different strategy. The musician, who seemed completely unconcerned by the growing pandemonium on social media surrounding him, shared a video of a peaceful family meal. Whether it was a conscious decision or just T letting his kid manage his own affairs, the difference between father and son and son's reactions were not lost on onlookers. However, T did not remain mute. Shortly after 50 made fun of Tiny, T seemed to encourage his son in a different Instagram stories post, adding, "You're going to win BCUT." I was publicly supporting his kid because he was a decent man, a good father, and a good person. The internet was eager to see what 50 Cent would do next, as King Harris took aim at him without any filters. 50 Cent did reply, but it wasn't what King might have anticipated. T and 50 Cent are currently pursuing each other on social media, and there are no indications that their rivalry will end anytime soon. Indeed, 50 posted multiple additional photos of the trap on Instagram. Pioneer and his family. He did this while advertising his executive production of August Wilson's Joe Turner's Come and Gone on Broadway in 2026. He wrote as the caption for the April 25th opening night photo, "No rappers, no bad BBLs, no little _up albino kids, just sold out Broadway." Although 50 did not specifically mention King Harris, it was hard to ignore the allusions. Shortly after 50 Cent made fun of him and his mother, Tiny Harris, on Instagram, King's message was published. He called King a little _up albino kid and apparently accused Tiny of having a poor BBL. There was a response to that statement, which was a blatant jab at King's appearance. Additionally, 50 replied to King's video featuring his own images. King quickly retaliated, uploading a picture of 50 in court with the YouTuber who created the image, which included pictures of King and his mother, along with the message, "God don't like ugly." 50 Cent was tried in 2013 for domestic abuse. The caption reads, "All you do is apply pressure to females. Bring Matt Smoke to the chimney." The diss track followed. King responded to comments he claims were directed at his mother in a song titled Made Man, which was released on February 24th. In the new song Made Man, King made a number of jabs at 50. He chastised the mogul for disparaging his mother, stating unequivocally that he will not put up with any disrespect. T was using music to deal with his share of the conflict in the meanwhile. With his own records, T has also joined the fray. In recent days, he put out 2 songs that criticize 50 Cent, War, and Right One. T released 2 more songs, Lessons, and What Bully, on February 25th and 26th. The New Yorker continued to reply with memes on the internet, and T claimed he wasn't expecting 50 to respond with a song. However, King Harris wasn't content with merely music. He continued. In the midst of his conflict with 50 Cent, King Harris is not holding back. He has even dug up documents from 2009. He used Instagram to share what appears to be a 2009 official FBI report. According to the paper, 50 Cent allegedly provided an anonymous information regarding the murder investigation of Loaloy Mac Fletcher. He allegedly told authorities that he was afraid for his safety and that James Lode Mac's murder had been authorized by henchman Roseman. For this and other offenses, Jimmy Henchman is presently serving a life sentence. The October 12, 2009 documents contain what looks to be an FBI interview report in Jackson acknowledged, providing detectives with an anonymous tip regarding Fletcher's murder, according to the agents. According to the report, Jackson implicated James Jimmy Henchman Roseman and told authorities he feared for his safety. King's caption was pointed. This, he said, was the response to anyone who had ever referred to his father as a rat, who is Lode Mac. According to King's caption, I got 21 questions, but just answer this one. You are all aware of who he was. 50 Cent began to fear for his life when he passed away, and it's up there anyway. Is this the person who called my father a rat? White and black. Okay, sir, here's yours. A request for comment was not immediately answered by 50 Cent representatives. Federal prosecutors and the FBI refused to comment on the veracity of the files shared on social networks. The notion of King Harris confronting 50 Cent was now evolving beyond a simple social media discussion. He was taking receipts out. He was taking out records. He was composing music. He was also expressing that this was not the end. The issue of 50 Cent's son, King Harris, persisted after that. King Harris, the son of T and an Instagram, Tama Tiny Harris, unleashed a string of scathing posts directed at the founder of Gunnet. You think you're raising a man having him sit in your lap as a teenager? That's a hoe, sir, he tweeted with a picture of 50 Cent sitting with his younger son. Incorporating this is not AI 50 Cent's early hit. Wongster was included with the post. King went farther in an Instagram Stories update, tagging 50 Cent and berating him for receiving what he described as the same attention he was underscore when he initially rose to fame. King also revealed pictures that have been around for a long time. In recent days, the 21-year-old has been making fun of the entrepreneur on social media, and he isn't holding back at all. He even recently posted some vintage pictures of 50 Cent holding several adult toys at France's Skyrock radio station. On Instagram, Harris was spotted on Instagram promoting the song while sporting a t-shirt with what is thought to be a picture of the late mother of 50 Cent. Rick Ross, who has publicly expressed his opinions about the inventor of Gunnet throughout the years, quickly commented on Harris's remark. Rick Ross is standing behind King Harris in the midst of his and T's conflict with 50 Cent. Rick Ross was now also involved. There was a growing beef. After then, 50 Cent made a move that surprised everyone. 50C has removed Allen Instagram post. On his recent online feud with T suggests that the public back and forth has paused. Following days of discussions in which T and his son King Harris both addressed 50's previous remarks, the action was taken. King Harris persisted in discussing the matter even after 50 Cent deleted his page. Since then, all of the few Instagram posts, including the picture of 50, have silently disappeared. T, however, was not going to ignore that. I clarified that deleting receipts won't stop the static by replying, "Idgaff, what you erased. You keep posting, it's problems." 50 Cent, who is most likely kidding, is expressing to followers that, despite his ongoing back and forth with T and King Harris, he anticipates a dull news day. In the lead-up to his Kill the King album, T released new music earlier on Wednesday, continuing his 50-focused campaign. Now, even though this was all the erased postings, the adult toy photographs, the leaked documents, the memes, the diss tracks, something else was going on too. People's brains were starting to construct a query. To what extent was King Harris truly prepared to go? Was there more to this? Or was it all online? This video's title assures you that a security camera captured something when King Harris pulled up to 50 Cent's estate. Additionally, here he is where we must examine what truly transpired during this whole dispute. The repercussions from Versu, the small picture, the video tirade, the diss track, the FBI documents that were released. The pictures, the removed posts, and the altercation between King Harris and 50 Cent has only used digital technology. Instagram is where it has happened. Stories on social media have depicted it. It has been depicted in song. However, the notion that King Harris actually visited 50 Cent's residence, and there is security camera evidence that has to be examined. We can attest that King Harris is still a pain in 50 Cent's side. As a result of jumping in with his own diss track and a purportedly real piece of documentation that portrays 50 as a snitch, he has defended his father in a feud with his father, T. However, Harris has taken a number of actions since joining the feud earlier this week. We can also affirm that King Harris has pushed this conflict into a difficult-to-return realm. 50 Cent has not officially addressed King's video, but the internet is keeping a tight eye on things, and the general consensus on social media is that there will be a reaction. 50 Cent is one of the most acerbic and unyielding social media personas, and he has never before tolerated being openly challenged by T's son. There isn't any verified confirmation video of King Harris captured by any security camera on the 50 Cent property. No news agency or media outlet has confirmed that King Harris visited the 50 Cent's residence in person. What has been trending on the internet for the past weekies? A social media conflict that has turned out to be more intricate, passionate, and personal than anyone anticipated when T first mentioned the Versus in a podcast. The lifting up King Harris performed is symbolic. He approached 50 Cent. Social media. He drew attention to 50 Cent's fame. He looked into the history of 50 Cent, as well as the security camera footage that has been circulated. That's even after 50 Cent removed everything from his profile. The internet has managed to save the screenshots, screen recordings, and archived posts. Therefore, the visit to the mansion is not what actually occurred. But what did occur is perhaps more important because it demonstrates a 21-year-old facing up against a man who has been regarded as one of the best trolls in hip-hop for 20 years. It's also noteworthy that King Harris made 50 Cent remove his posts. Following several days of visiting 50 Cent, with anything from grave pictures, King Harris created something unexpected with FBI records, diss tracks, and memes. He expressed regret to 50 Cent's son rather than to 50 Cent himself. King Harris, a rapper and T's son, spoke out during his ongoing fight with mogul 50 Cent, giving Maris Jackson, 50's eldest son, an opportunity to speak. Following days of growing hostility between their camps, King sent a direct message to Mars, who also has a history of problems with 50 Cent in Instagram stories on Thursday, February 26th. King began with, "Suck Marquee. What I said was out of emotion, and ain't have to be said. You got none to do with it." Followed by, "As a man, I was wrong. Let's chop it up. To show appreciation, add a crown emoji." In a society where arrogance frequently feeds protracted animosity, "As a man, I was wrong," sticks out. This is important because it demonstrates that King Harris realized he had overreached himself in no facet of the beef, at least not the part where he issued a diss track, not the part where he defended his mother, not the part where he leaked the FBI records, but the part where he brought up 50 Cent's mother's death and thus caused sorrow to those ho-hos, nothing to do with the dispute. He acknowledged that Maris had nothing to do with what he said, that it was emotional, and that it was unnecessary. For background, 50 Cent has two sons, including Maris Jackson, Cial, and Mares. Additionally, 50 Cent and Mares have had a tense public relationship for years. King's decision to reach out to Mars was therefore multifaceted. It was an expression of regret as well as a possible partnership. It was strategy as well as accountability. King's original CD requested that 50 specifically excavate the tomb of his late mother. "Many individuals," said King after hearing that line crossed, and even if it took a few days, King demonstrated that he was at least aware of where that boundary was by contacting Mars and admitting his error. In the meantime, T and 50 Cent's feud is still going strong. The conflict between the two rappers got into a disagreement over a planned Versus fight. It has since developed through social media posts, diss recordings, and interviews. King's participation has given the issue a generational component. Disagreement. It used to be a rivalry between two well-known musicians, but now it's a public dispute, including their kids. King Harris's involvement has given the conflict a generational component that neither T.I. 50 Cent does not have complete control. King 21 was brought up in the spotlight and is obviously eager to go places in public that his father has not. One of the more intriguing subplots is whether T restrains him or allows him to ride. The scenario is still evolving. After that, things quickly fell apart. Disc recordings were made available, social media posts were made, old feuds reappeared, and the back and forth shifted from music to family members and personal background. During the journey, what might have been mere conjecture has now developed into one of the year's first genuine rap feuds. And it's obvious that it's more than just amusement. 50 Cent hasn't released a new public statement yet. Assertion, he removed his posts, he laughed that his feelings were injured, and he has carried on as if nothing had happened, promoting his Broadway production and other commercial endeavors. However, the internet trickle that there are screenshots, diss tracks, FBI records, and an apology to mayors. What comes next is still an open question, because this is what the past week has demonstrated to us. Nowadays, beef is more than simply 50 Cent and T. Fathers and sons are the subject. It has to do with boundaries that are crossed in public. It explores what occurs when a generation that grew up with social media becomes involved in a dispute with their parents. Began. Although King Harris didn't physically arrive at 50 Cent's residence, he did arrive at everything else. He questioned 50 Cent's standing. He questioned his street credibility. He questioned his morality. Additionally, following this interaction with a 21-year-old 50 Cent who has publicly squabbled with J. Rule, Rick Ross, Floyd Mayweather, and numerous others deleted his posts. That provides some insight into the current state of this beef. Comments on several platforms have pointed out that this hip-hop feud has progressed past the threshold at which either side can readily de-escalate, as these disputes have previously escalated in ugly ways, without looking foolish. At this moment, the versus battle that initiated this discussion seems like a faraway memory. Whether 50 Cent reacts with song or more trolling, whether King Harris and 50 Cent finally meet in person, and whether T's continuous diss trackets. Yet unclear if the campaign will result in something greater. This is what we currently understand. A 21-year-old entered his father's feud and successfully defended himself against one of the most influential hip-hop figures. In certain places, he overreached himself. The internet observed every moment of his acknowledgement of that, not on a security camera, but on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and every other screen that was watching. That is the narrative, and it's not finished yet.